What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Scythe, and we are back again with some more MapleStory 2. Sorry, it's been a little while since we ended up having an episode. There's been lots of secret projects going on behind the scenes that I'll talk about in like another video. Jolly Squad hype and a couple of events where I can give away free stuff. But for today, I just want to get this video out to you guys as quickly as possible to let you know that there is not only a new event going on right now where you log into the game and basically you're going to end up getting a bunch of free things, which I'll show you what those are in a minute, but there is also a whole bunch of new things being added to the store. More importantly, the Winter Wonderland Delights pack. Now, this is going to end up being, I think it was like 20 bucks, $22 or something like that. And essentially, you're going to end up getting all of these things that you see out of the little picture right here as daily login rewards. So every time on the daily reset, you log in and you're gonna get a bunch of free stuff, which we can kind of take a peek at it over here. Not the prestige rank, you fool. It's the daily wonders. It's gonna be this right here. So first of all, you get some symbols, which is just a rare or exceptional, I should say, you know, instrument. And then there's gonna be like a different thing for your chat bubble, you know, a flying mount. And this is an epic flying mount. So keep that in mind, those of you that do not have premium, because premium is going to give you access to the Rainbow Rocket plane, and that's another epic flying mount. But this one's pretty cool, just because it's a flying boot. And, you know, a bunch of other cool items out of it, style crates and junk like that. But more important of all is on day 15, you're going to be getting this Checky Mech. Now, this is a mech that we ended up kind of talking about more so in my Discord, which is probably like the coolest mount in the entire game and single-handedly why you're buying this pack. Because you see the picture right here in the background? The mech mount is gigantic. It's Hulkbuster big. That's why I'm all about it, dude, because it's going to end up being, this. This is your mount, which, if you didn't already know, is the new world boss that we ended up getting in the Skybound expansion, right? So really cool that we end up getting that. This is just kind of highlighting all of the primary items you get out of it. You don't really get this costume, so it's a little bit misleading in that regard, but you get the chat bubble and the thing over your name, I'm pretty sure. And either way, you know, it's going to end up being pretty good. It's weird. Somebody explained this to me in the comments, by the way. They always say 50% discount, but it's like, what do they mean 50% discount? Are they talking about if you buy all these items separately, technically you're saving 50% by buying it all in a pack? Because I really don't understand, because honestly, when you end up getting, like when the pack ends up going away, it goes away. It's not like it increases in value when it gets taken away. So here we go, 2327 blue merits, which apparently is a 50% discount. Maybe it means that the pack's gonna come back sometime in the future, maybe next year, and then it's going to be 50% more expensive, which means of course it would be 40 bucks. Roughly 2,000 blue merits is going to be $20, or I should say 1,000 merits is going to be 10 bucks. So either way, you get a bunch of really good stuff out of it. I like how they say like the pet taming package. I think that's hilarious, by the way, because every single time that they end up giving us some stuff for pets and capturing and stuff, they always only give us like 20 dryad pet candies, like, which is hilarious, because for those of you that don't know with the, taming pets and stuff like that, it pretty much takes 20 pet candies to tame like one pet alone, let alone the fact that you're getting 30 different sets of rarity for the capturing snares. But it's still good that we're getting those G3 snares. Go and get yourself an epic pet, right? Hopefully somebody ends up getting it. But there is also going to end up being the holiday present event. So I wanted to talk about this now. I will of course have videos talking about this when the actual dates end up hitting. So on December 24th and 25th, the way this is going to work is you're going to log into the game, and you're going to end up getting, ultimately earning style crates by going and fighting world bosses. Apparently the way that it works is on Christmas Eve, you log into the game, defeat some world bosses, and you're going to end up getting a sack, like a Santa sack. And then afterwards on Christmas Day, if you end up actually defeating a world boss, you're going to end up getting the magic key. And that key is actually used to open the sack, and then you're going to end up getting 3 style crates out of it, which is pretty good because the style crates themselves are fairly expensive, guys. So they're pretty much giving us like a free 10 bucks for logging in and actually doing this. And as you can see, it's just a list of all the different bosses. And then they talk about the holiday style crate bundle, which is coming around as well. So what this is going to do starting on December 20th, which I think that's actually today. So I didn't see it in the store. Maybe it's on the daily reset, or weekly reset, but they're going to end up selling a pack that's going to give you 10 style crates. And it's also going to end up giving you this emote cool if you're into it. I don't really care. I mean, maybe it throws down the tree as well, which is kind of cool, but honestly, you know, I've already got enough emotes, and it's not like you can use that emote any other time of the year, right? But that's gonna be 30,000 merit, or 3,000 merits, I mean, geez Louise, so that's 30 bucks, whatever. And then for the next year event, we're going to end up seeing 20% off of all the things in Beauty Street, so you can end up getting hair dyes and hair styles and stuff like that, right? So Grumble's Colorful Festive bundle is in the store as well right now, and I can just actually show you guys these really quick. So there's a couple packs here. This is 18 bucks, and it's going to give you a drum, this little pet bear and stuff like that, and then for $22 you gain other instruments. And I mean, these are kind of cool because when you use the instrument, it actually is like an exceptional instrument which plays songs faster and better than other instruments or something like that. There is a reason to actually have exceptional ones, right? But more so, there is going to end up being little creatures and stuff that are going to dance around you, and video effects that's going to go on you while you end up actually using these. Personally, I don't care. I don't really feel the need to drop down $22 just for a couple trumpets, and I'm only going to be able to use one at a time. But the music community in this game is definitely something that they're acknowledging by actually having stuff like this, and I do think that it's cool because more instruments means more sound effects, right? Because that's all anybody actually wants all this stuff for. Oh, and here's the crate bundle right here. It's already in, so rip me. I don't know why I didn't notice that. And then that's pretty much gonna do it for the event itself and everything that's going on. There is also going to end up being, if you log in right now and have a character that's at level 50, as far as I know, I think that's the requirement, you're going to end up getting this 2018 care package. And this is really cool, but I wish that it was split apart into multiple packages, because the items that you get out of this are very useful for your main character and even more useful for an alt character. Now, that said, the reason why I think this is important to note is that you're basically going to get a full set of epic gear. Potentially it could end up rolling better stats than the ones that you already have, so that makes it pretty good for your main as well. But the thing to consider is that you can't actually dismantle these epic gears. You can only use them for forging, otherwise you're just gonna have to scrap them and throw them out of your inventory, unfortunately. Then there's also going to be an epic weapon selection box, an epic accessory selection box, plus 10 enchantment scrolls, which is instantly going to boost whatever piece of epic gear that you want up to level 10, or up to plus 10. And then Toad's Toolkit, which is a temporary item. You can use that as a substitute for forging up from plus 10. But even more so, to the point of actually wanting to use this on my main rather than on another character, is you're gonna get 10k onyx. You're gonna get an accessory one socket conversion scroll, which as far as I know is the one that ends up unlocking one gem socket on an epic accessory, which ultimately is not really useful on me because I've already got all my slots. Or, well, maybe I could use it on an amulet or something, but I don't know. And then you're gonna end up getting a tier 2 offensive gem, 3 of them, which is really good. You're gonna definitely want that. Also the gem dust itself, which is a surprisingly difficult resource to actually farm for in this game. I guess all you really can do for that is Treva, and well, there's a couple other daily things that you can do, but generally it's pretty difficult to get the gem dust, honestly, and that's used for leveling up your gems. But then, most important of all, and this is why I'm going to end up unboxing this right here in this video, is we're going to get weapon bonus reroller selection box. So that's going to end up, I think, just re-rolling a set stat, if I'm not mistaken, on one of our weapons, which is perfect for me, hopefully, because my weapon, though, you know, it's good enough because it's got maxed roll towards piercing, it does not have the max roll towards physical piercing. So I would like to actually re-roll that if possible. And then really important down here is the armor bonus value reroller, and you're gonna get 15 of these. Now, the game always confused me whenever it talked about rerollers, because there's actually 2 different types. There's going to be the bonus reroller selection box, which I think is the one that we got before, or the one that I was mentioning before, where that is just outright going to end up changing a stat. So it can either roll the same stat with a higher value, or it could just roll a different stat. But then there's going to be the value rerollers, and what those are doing is changing the value of the stat that you actually already have, which those are essential for somebody like me, because I can end up rolling, like I could roll this ring and possibly have, I mean, I can't roll this ring because these are they're armor re-rollers, but I'm just trying to make a point, like for something like my gloves right here, they ended up rolling with physical piercing on them, which is decent, but it's a pretty low roll. So I could use the value re-roller. Again, I won't be able to use it on these because they're legendary, and then I could potentially roll it to be a higher value. Or like on this, you know, I got plus 4% to my boss damage on my armor. Maybe I could re-roll that value and get that number to be even higher, which ultimately makes it that much more useful for going into raids and stuff like that. And then we're also going to end up getting accessory bonus value re-roller, and that's going to end up being for epic accessories. So there's the possibility I could re-roll my earrings right here and hopefully get some more piercing, get some more boss damage on them. So you know what? Let's just go for it right now, see whether or not we can end up getting lucky out of all this stuff. Epic weapon selection. These, okay, so scrap a lot of the things that I was saying at the beginning here, boys, because I kind of messed up, and I apologize about that because honestly it was a little bit misleading. These boxes, we're actually set here. The gear itself, I'm kind of screwed. I can't really do anything with it, but the epic weapon box, we can actually throw that into our bank and throw that onto an alt, and then they can end up using that. So that's very, very useful. And then the absolute accessory selection box is just going to give you another epic accessory. You can get 5 of them, so that's going to be useful for me because I'll be able to hopefully use those to, I don't know, unlock socketed slots or something. Here's the Enchantment Scrolls, which I am going to definitely put that onto another character because there's no reason that I need those. The gem slot opener, the bonus weapon re-roller, which I guess I can end up rocking one of these for the two-handed weapon. Let's just grab that right there. So what does this do? This voucher can only be used on a level 50 epic great swords, bows, stabs, blah, 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 blah. The weapon's max attack and the type and the value of the bonus attribute will change upon use. So just to put this into perspective, because I do think this is pretty cool how the game does it, is if you end up actually re-rolling any of the stats on these, like I can change attributes right now, and you can see we got garbles right there. It just completely re-rolled it to something that we didn't want. You can always choose the existing attributes that you already have so that you don't end up actually losing the stats that you worked so hard to end up getting, you know, like you can always just go ahead and use it and just see if you end up getting something better. But as I thought, that is a flat out re-roller, so it's not really as useful for somebody like myself, which I still wonder, can I end up using Kandura's Pendant as an epic accessory? So let's see, can we actually use this on my Kandura's Pendant? I very much doubt it because this thing is like extremely difficult to get. Is it actually going to do it? Accessories with unlocked sockets are untradeable. Yeah, okay, so it's just saying if it's not already bound to your character, you're not going to be able to do this on another person. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious, that is absolutely awesome. That's really great. Like my earrings already have the slots, but that is a really useful item. Thank you, devs, for throwing us that. So then there's going to be the accessory re-roller. That's going to be an epic accessory, and this is going to be the value re-roller. So this will be a prime example where we can end up using this on potentially my earrings, I guess. Yeah, that's all I really want because none of the other things are going to end up being useful for me. But let's see right here. So we can end up locking one of the stats if we want to. If we end up getting the stats that we actually want out of it, like 1.3 piercing, we could lock that so that it doesn't roll. What is it? You need the accessory attribute lock scroll in order to lock attributes. Oh, okay. I didn't know because I've never done it before. Let's see. Can we roll better? Nope, that is not better at all. It's going to end up having the exact same pretty much, but you can see the values that we can get is we got 1.3 piercing. That can go up to a maximum of 4. Our boss damage is at 2. That can go to a maximum of 6. So let's just redo it. Why not? Take another crack at it. That is absolute garbage. Let's just do it again. There's no reason for me not to end up using these because honestly, this is the only real accessory that I have. So there we ended up gaining 2% more boss damage, but that's not really worth the trade that we ended up getting to the piercing, I would say. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't know. I want to try and get a nice roll on both of them. So that right there, we already just increased the 2%, but we're keeping the piercing that we just got. Hey, whatever, I'll take it. I just got a bunch of extra boss damage just for kicks, even though we didn't end up gaining any extra piercing, whatever. And then the bonus armor re-rollers, these are going to be useful, most of all, just for my armor right here, which, I mean, they're not going to end up being the greatest because, you know, apparently we need some other weird item to end up locking these, right? Oh, whoopsie daisy. I should see if any of these ended up rolling better. which no, unfortunately they did not. What about the helmet? Gloves, boots. Ooh, no, that's not good. I guess I can use the plus 10 item for the armor. I don't know. It's not like I really need it. But see, here's the thing. I wish I could roll off the ice damage reduction because I don't really need that. I only have these because of the boss damage, which I honestly don't think we're going to end up getting any better than that 4%. Because we can only get it up to 5%, which is, I don't know, like, I'm just kind of using these just because they're there, not because I necessarily need to actually use them. Let's try with our pants, see if we can end up getting something better there. And you always got to remember to not accidentally click on the new, like, it's always going to try to swap to the new attributes. So, yeah, which doesn't seem like we're getting very lucky with any of this stuff, unfortunately. So I don't know if I should just use these on something else. But whatever. I mean, I guess it's just, why not just keep trying? Because I just want that extra boss damage if I can get it. But I don't know. It's not really that big of a deal at the same time. Because I've already got pretty good rolls on my gear. And, I mean, the thing is, normally I would end up getting, like, I would end up re-rolling this just for the sake of the, like, the legendaries. That's the big thing. Actually, you know what? What we can end up doing is I already have a helmet right here, and this thing doesn't have that much boss damage. The reason why I want to go for this, and we'll try re-rolling the helmet, is because it's going to be much better odds to actually get it rolled properly. But on top of that, I can actually use the helmet if I ever end up getting other legendary gear. You know, maybe I want to swap out like the helmet for like a chest piece that I end up rolling a little bit better or something. But let's just try this. No, come on. We only got like a couple of these left. 2%, that is not good. Okay, we got, I think that's our last one. Yeah, I probably should have honestly been doing this on my other gear instead of, like I should have been doing it on the helmet the entire time. But, oh well, that's okay. Snooze, you lose. That's okay. Either way, very cool stuff. Hopefully you guys end up getting luckier than I did. I kind of got to go through some of this other stuff. And hey, at least I was able to end up unlocking some extra slots on my Kandura. That's really, really helpful, actually, because I can probably put one of those offensive gems on my gear. And, whoa, this video ended up being a little bit longer than I expected. Like I said, I wanted this to be a quick video because I got to try and have it out to you guys today. But, anyways, I'll just have it uploaded as soon as I end up getting done with editing. Thanks for watching, though, folks. Very much appreciate it. Again, we'll talk more about special giveaways and Jotty Squad stuff in probably tomorrow's Let's Play episode. I still got to record that, so I'm not entirely sure how I'll explain it. But in either case, keep watching out for that. And don't forget to like, sub, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time that there's going to be daily videos. I try, for the most part, to have MapleStory as often as possible. I missed a couple days, but whatever. If you want to support me, you can always hit that join button down below, buy some of the real life merch, or check out the in-game merch, which is still pretty cool and still kind of selling-ish. I don't know, all I'm really doing is selling the mask, right? But anyways, if you don't have any money and you still want to help me out, check out the link down below the doc box. Thanks for watching, sign over, and stay epic, everybody.